In this video, we're going to discuss the brand new NECA 7-inch Creep figure from the Shudder TV series, Creepshow. Welcome to the Swearwolves Horror Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Brett. If you're a returning subscriber, I just want to thank you for coming back. And if you're new to this channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. Please consider clicking both that subscribe button as well as that notification bell below. We upload videos on a regular basis in which we review anything and everything horror, from action figures and toys to soundtracks, various collectibles, video games, you name it. And today we're talking about this brand new 7-inch Creep figure from NECA, from the Shudder TV series, Creepshow. Creepshow, growing up, was a series of movies, 2 movies. Actually, I think they made a third one, but it wasn't that good, so we don't talk about it. But Creepshow 1 and 2, anthology series, I loved those 2 movies as a kid growing up, the different stories in it and whatnot. George Romero, Stephen King, it was great. And it was a throwback to the old EC comics of like the Crypt Keeper, who we all know from Tales from the Crypt. But there was like Vault of Horror and Tales of Terror and things like that EC comics had. And this was like Stephen King and George Romero's answer, or paying homage to those comic books that they grew up with, those horror comic books. And the Creep was the main person. Now, it's very similar to the Crypt Keeper. One ripped off the other, and then the other ripped off the one. So they're very similar. But the Creep in the TV series has more of I wouldn't say prominent role, but we see the Creep more often than we do in the original movies. In the original movies, he's just kind of there, like floating outside the kid's bedroom, I think, in cartoon form. So this is the character from the TV series. Now, the TV series is on Shudder. If you're a fan of horror, I strongly suggest you get a subscription to Shudder. They have awesome original programming, but also constant rotating of horror movies. This is one of the original programs, and it is a great show. Each half-hour episode, I think, has 2 stories. Could be a half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. But each show has about 2 stories in it, and they're just kind of creepy, horror-themed type stories. A la Tales from the Crypt, if you are going to go that route. So, but this is the brand new figure from NECA. I've been really excited to get this figure. When it was announced, I pre-ordered it pretty much right away, and just got it today. So this video is going to go up today. I know this is the second video that went up today, but I want to get this video out there ASAP. So unlike the NECA Ultimates, we don't have a flap on this. This just has a display window, but we are going to open this one. So we're not going to use this one as display. You know, I'm an opener. Unless someone autographs it, I open the figure. So we got on the front here, it says strange, eerie, terrifying, 10 cents. Like I said, it's very comic book like right here. Creepshow, tales of suspense and horror. And there's the Creep in kind of cartoon form. And there's the Creep figure. We'll talk more about that figure when we get it open. Side of the box, it says Creepshow, the Creep. The back, again, this comic book style art, that strange, eerie, terrifying Creepshow, tales of suspense and horror, 10 cents. That has a little write-up right here, which we can zoom in on, or try to. Welcome, boils and ghouls. As the purveyor of all that is gruesome and grotesque, I bid you welcome to Creepshow. So sit right down and prepare to enter my world, where creeping creatures and nefarious neighbors inhabit our nightmares. Each new story delights in its insidious intent, and I won't stop until every hair is raising on end. At the bottom, it says, includes skull, lantern, comic book, and interchangeable head. And there is a shot of the Creep right there, the figure. Side is more of the same, just says Creepshow and the Creep. And again, we're back to the front. So why don't we go ahead and open this up, take a look at it in more detail, give it a review, and see what it's all about. All right, we got the figure open, and as you can see, I have him sitting in a doll stand here. I we'll get to the reason why in a second, but there was no way he was standing up on his own. And as a matter of fact, there was no way he was standing up with one of those little plastic NECA stands either. But we'll talk more about that when we get to the figure. First, let's talk about these accessories. Came with three accessories and an alternate hand. So the first one here is this miniature comic book. You can see that it's very tiny. I'm sure if you had good eyesight, you could probably even read the story that is being talked about here. But I don't, so I'm not going to try. But kind of a neat little thing to have, just to an accessory wise. So a little comic book there. Pretty cool. The next thing comes with this lantern. Not much to say about the lantern. I mean, it just looks pretty regular. I mean, there's nothing bad or nothing good about it. It's just a lantern. Doesn't light up or anything. It would have been kind of a cool touch had it lit up, but that probably would have raised the cost of the figure, and it also might have proved to be a little difficult. Although they had the Michael Myers Halloween 2018 figure that came with the light up jack-o'-lantern. So they could have done something with the lantern, but I'm not complaining. But a little cool piece there. And finally, for accessories, we have this skull. No creep is complete without a skull. It's actually very reminiscent of the skull that the Jungle Hunter Predator has. Could be the same mold for all we know. But that's pretty cool right there. Go ahead and set that guy down. And then finally, he has this alternate hand. Pretty good detail on the hand, just a creepy grip there to hold the lantern, I'm assuming. But good detail on the hand. Just looks like a rotted corpse's hand. So that's it for the accessories. Let's talk about this figure. Now, this figure is a 7-inch figure. I'll take it out of this doll stand here so we can see it a little bit clearer. 7-inch figure, but it's in that retro cloth style of figures. So it has the cloth goods. It actually has real hair, and I'm not a fan of real hair. I like molded hair, but I think with this figure in particular, it works because it's supposed to be this old, decrepit, decaying body, creep. And it just works. But let's talk about the articulation real quick. We'll fold this back. Head moves side to side, up and down, back and forth. I don't want to move it too much, but it is on that ball joint. Also has the ball joint in the shoulder. Bends at the elbow, I assume. Where's the elbow? It does bend at the elbow. And then the hand is on a swivel, but it also bends back and forth like that. It does have some articulation in the waist. Bends at the waist as well. Knee joint. And then, of course, we have the foot joint. All right. Let's talk about the details, and then I'll give you some thoughts on other things. So we have this cloth goods robe, which is kind of cool. Just kind of hangs out right there over the creep itself. If we look at the detail of the creep's face, is very good detail, very grotesque. Looks like almost like a Walking Dead zombie right there. Try to get the hair out. But we do have this matted, stringy, real hair on the figure. Again, the robe covers most of that head. Robe is aged and kind of frayed at the sleeves and at the bottom there to give it kind of an older appearance. I'm not going to take off the robe or anything, but I'm assuming, you lift it up or lift it down. We just got more of the same of the body because the body is very, very thin. we have the detail going up the legs right there. So you can see that the detail goes all the way up. The hands, again, like the alternate hand that he has, very good detail on both of those. And then if we go down to the feet, more of that corpse-like detail in the feet. This is, this is a cartoon character, comic book character, if you will. It's not a real person, so the likeness is going to be easier to get rather than the likeness of, let's say, the John Connor or Sarah Connor that I just reviewed. This likeness is more akin to like when they do the Gremlins. You're just kind of reinterpreting a comic book figure or a cartoon or a puppet. So it should be easier to do. So they did a good job with that. Here's the back of the robe. Looks like, oh, it's got a little piece of metal in it, so you can wire form the back of the robe to give it a little bit more life. If you're doing any type of photography or you just want to pose it a different way. But that's the only place that metal, that wireframe is. So on to maybe what I don't like. Someone had commented on another one of my videos. It was the Scream figure, the Ghostface figure that just came out. And they commented that when they got theirs, the legs from the packaging were a bit warped. And I didn't have that problem. I didn't notice, at least in my Ghostface figure, but I did notice it in this figure. And I don't know if this is intentional to have this, but that foot is very wonky right there. You can see it, how it's bent at the ankle. And that is one of the reasons that it wasn't able to stand as well when it was on the plastic disc stand that NECA has available. So I don't like that. That being said, that's minor for me. I do have some of these doll stands that I use, and they just clip around. And they're good for 7-inch or 8-inch figures, or even all the way up to like 12-inch figures probably. Just clip it around the waist there, and then it plugs into that. The clear stands, I will say this, they're a little bit better. Oh, that wire form does go around the hood. The clear stands are a little bit better if you're concerned about people seeing the stands. I don't care. I mean, people know that they're action figures. They don't think that they're just independently standing. So it doesn't bother me too much. But overall, besides the problem with the foot, on a scale of 0 to 5 Pamela Voorhees heads, I'm going to give this a 5. This is a figure that I really was waiting for, and I really do like. I liked it just from the images that I saw online when I pre-ordered it, when they showcased it and announced it, and I think it doesn't disappoint. I don't know how I'm going to display it. Maybe just put that down at the base. Could potentially, probably replace the hand. Why don't I go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like all set up. All right, so I got them all set up, kind of just holding the lantern. And then the good thing about these bases, too, for these stands is you can just put the accessories that you want displayed next to them right there on the base, and then it all moves together as a unit. So if you just wanted to slide it around on your shelf or whatever, it's pretty easy. Overall, as a figure, I really like it. Like I said, the only problem I had was the ankle. And if you're have this ordered, or if you've gotten this figure, tell me what you think of it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also, if you like this video, please click the like button below. If you haven't yet subscribed, you feel so inclined, go ahead and click that subscribe button as well as the notification bell below. We are the Swearwolves Horror Podcast, and we do a weekly show in which we review horror movies. So please check us out by searching for The Swearwolves wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Or you can also visit our website at theswearwolves.com. So, for The Swearwolves, I'm Brett. Hi, this is Brett with the Swearwolves. And when I'm not editing videos or creating content for YouTube, I just sit here and wait and wait If you like the video that you just saw, go ahead and click that button right there. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that other button right there. I'll wait.